Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video on the topic, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. This phrase is often used in personal finance and financial planning, and it refers to the idea that the key to building wealth is not just earning a high income, but also managing your money wisely and keeping as much of it as possible. In this video, we'll explore the meaning of this phrase in more detail, and look at some practical tips and strategies that you can use to increase your savings and build long-term financial security. Part 1. Why it's not about how much you make. The first part of our discussion will focus on why it's not just about how much money you make. Here are a few key reasons. Lifestyle inflation. One of the biggest obstacles to building wealth is lifestyle inflation. This is the tendency to increase your spending as your income increases, rather than saving more money. As you earn more, it's easy to start spending more on things like housing, cars, travel, and other discretionary expenses. The problem is that this can quickly eat into your disposable income, leaving you with very little money left over to save and invest. Taxes. Another reason why it's not just about how much you make is because taxes can take a big bite out of your income. Depending on where you live and how much you earn, you may be subject to federal, state, and local income taxes, as well as payroll taxes and other taxes. If you're not careful, your tax bill could consume a significant portion of your income, leaving you with less money to save and invest. Debt. Finally, debt is another factor that can limit your ability to save and invest. If you have high interest debt like credit card balances or personal loans, you may be paying a significant amount of interest each month, which can eat into your disposable income. In addition, taking on too much debt can also limit your ability to save for long-term goals like retirement. Part 2. How to increase your savings and build long-term financial security. Now that we've discussed why it's not just about how much you make, let's turn our attention to some practical tips and strategies for increasing your savings and building long-term financial security. Live below your means. One of the most effective ways to build wealth is to live below your means. This means spending less money than you earn, and using the extra income to save and invest. To do this, you may need to make some sacrifices in the short term, such as living in a smaller home, driving an older car, or eating out less often. But over time, this approach can help you build a strong financial foundation. Create a budget. Another important step in building long-term financial security is creating a budget. This involves tracking your income and expenses each month, and setting specific goals for how much you want to save and invest. By creating a budget, you can identify areas where you may be overspending, and find ways to cut back and redirect those funds toward your savings goals. Pay off high-interest debt. If you have high-interest debt like credit card balances or personal loans, paying them off should be a top priority. These types of debt can quickly spiral out of control, and the interest charges can eat into your disposable income. To pay off high-interest debt, you may need to make some sacrifices in the short term, such as cutting back on discretionary expenses or taking on a part-time job. But the long-term benefits of being debt-free can be well worth the effort. Build an emergency fund. Another important step in building long-term financial security is building an emergency fund. This is a cash reserve that you can use. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.